Hello, Jon Najarian here. If you want to trade like a rebel, if you want to party like a rebel, well, you got to come to Rebelcon 2022. It's going to be in Dallas, Texas, at the fabulous Four Seasons Resort. We start the 21st of September, go until September 24th. It will be more fun and more live trading than we've ever done before. That's why it's called Rebelcon 2022. We're going to have barbecues and double the amount of live trading. So if you want to book that now, make sure you do, because the guest speakers, as soon as we announce those, this thing's going to be sold out. It's going to be something you do not want to miss. Limited to 250 people. Diamond, platinum, and gold packages are selling out. Sign up now for Rebelcon 2022 at the Four Seasons in Dallas, Texas.
Welcome to the Rebellion.
Welcome back, folks. It is a tough day to look at the markets, especially if you haven't been listening to us about either the VIX or S&P puts. But we're going to get through it, and I'm going to help you do that with today's 3 at 3 for the 10th of June, 2022. So this is the second full week of June. Obviously, next week, the 17th, is the expiration for June options. If they're only listed as June rather than the 3rd or the 10th, which would be these first two expirations, then they expire next week. So let's get started with unusual option activity. I got the phone ringing off the hook here. That's pretty much standard operating procedure. Let's do unusual option activity, calls that were purchased on the offer or puts that were purchased. That's what we care about. That's what we follow. And we share it here with you every business day. U.S. inflation, 40-year high. Consumer prices up at least 8.6%. Of course, you put in the volatile, I'm putting that in air quotes, food and energy, and we're seeing some record-shattering performance out of the CPI. Shelter, food, gas, in other words, rent, things that we eat, and how you get to and from your job. Because if you're lucky enough to take public transportation, then it's just costing the city or municipality more money for your trips, because their inputs, costs of getting you to and from somewhere, even if you're riding public transportation, are up. So I'm saying virtually all of us are experiencing dramatically higher prices. And by the way, the biggest jump year over year was air travel. That's right. 38% is what the average has been higher this year in May versus last year in May for air travel. They've jacked up fares that much. I've heard friends of mine on like Tom Keene and John Farrow, Lisa Abramovich on Bloomberg's surveillance saying that seats that were $3,000 for business class to Europe are now up over $11,000. Yeah, that's right. Now, not everybody has to fly business class. I get it. But coach tickets are up a lot too, folks. Check it out. Unless you want to do multiple city stop, you're looking at significantly higher travel. And this has really hit consumers that would like to be on vacations somewhere other than just, driving, whether it's domestic or international. It's a lot higher. Like I say, airfares were the highest jump, the biggest jump in that CPI measurement year over year. All right. Scott couldn't believe it. He couldn't even stomach it, it seems. He was closing his eyes. I can't look. And I don't blame him. I don't like looking at these kind of numbers either, folks. But like I said, we will get through it. Here was the VIX, which I talked about just 2 days ago. And in fact, yesterday, Thursday, with Brian Sullivan, I talked about massive buyer. Look at that, 95,000 of those July 50s. And that was a bet that CPI would be hot in June and probably hot in July as well. Well, they've been dead on for June. That, as you see, the stock column there, that's, of course, the stock or ETF price at the time, has gone up dramatically since then. And those calls already making some good bank. But as you know, I don't buy those way out of the money calls. I buy an at the money or close to it and sell a higher strike against it. But this particular trader, known as 50 Cent, bought a ton of calls 2 days ago when there was a little more hope. This is one of the reasons that people are so frustrated by what we're looking at right now, and that is gasoline prices. Since 2019, as you see there, April 27th, 2020, pandemic low, $1.77 a gallon. Don't we wish we'd be back to those prices? I do, because I drive a lot and I fly a lot. November 3rd, the day Joe Biden was elected, it was $2.04 a gallon. Now, we moved all the way up to $4.97 yesterday. This is nationally now. We will top 5 today. Top $5 a gallon today. Wow, does that hurt? All right. Let's talk about something that I think we could all enjoy, which is Rebelcon 2022. There's only 250 seats. A lot of those have been spoken for already. If you would like to join us in Dallas, Texas, at the Four Seasons, well, September 21st through 24th, we're going to have a host of fabulous speakers outside of just the Market Rebellion team, and they are fabulous speakers, I must say. But also, we've got huge outside significant people in the stock market, significant investors, traders, and so forth that are going to be at this year's Rebelcon 2022. You got to sign up now. It's marketrebellion.com/Dallas. That's marketrebellion.com/Dallas. Check it out. September 21st through 24th. The tickets will be sold out quickly. So please, if you'd like to attend, sign up now, or you'll be joining us, unfortunately, virtually rather than in person. All right, how about this one? American Airlines. Yesterday, with the stock at 1572, we said, hey, they're buying in the money puts. That's usually a pretty good sign they think we're going down. We did go down. AAL traded down to 1476 just a little bit ago, and those June 1650 puts making money, bank, 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 right now. I'm selling puts against the puts that I bought. Why? Because these puts expire next Friday. That's a lot of time decay over the weekend, folks. So I want to lock in as much of these profits as I can now. Let's talk also about the XLF bearish puts. So financial sector spider, wow, 32.52. It was $2 higher than that yesterday. That's right, falls by 3.64% today. Those July 1st expirations, so these aren't June, they're not June 27th. These are July 1st, 33.50 puts. We bought the at the money puts yesterday. Now I'm selling big puts against it at the 32 and 32.50 area. So again, I can't tell you how to trade. I can show you how I trade. Because I am not registered in the securities markets, I can talk freely about what I would do and what I have done on television. If I don't know your financial wherewithal, in other words, I don't know how much you earn, how much you have saved, and so forth, like your broker would know. That's the know your customer rule. I don't have to worry about that. I worry about you, but I don't have to worry about what I say, because I am not telling you what to do with your money. I am telling you what I have done, and then you have to decide what you will do. So if you have a profit in this one, perhaps you would like to do like I do, and that is selling at the money puts against the puts that I already own at a higher strike. I'm locking in profits that way, and I'm giving myself a little more runway to the downside. Again, that's what I am doing. All right, let's start with Pete. Today, Pete's first trade, Delta Airlines. After the big wallop that the airlines took, you already heard me talk about American. Today, they came in Delta buying calls. That's because the stock collapsed down pretty hard into the mid 35s, I think. So they're buying the July 38s. You know the drill. I'm going to buy the at the money call in this case, and I hope to sell a call above the market against it. That's the way I trade. So if you would like to do that, feel free. Some of you will elect to sell puts instead. I can't blame you for that, but just be aware that doing it my way, I am confronting time decay and the capital outlay that I'm putting in. If you sell a put, you can only make what you get for selling that put. Not saying it's wrong, just saying you need to understand all the factors involved. Second trade, Academy Sports. This one, as Pete described, unusual activity. I think we know what these guys do. They make guns, among other things. So unusual option activity. They're buying the July 38 calls in Academy Sports. And they sold July 45s against it. What is that? Just what I've already described. Buying an at the money, selling above the market. You can make the differential between the one that you own and the one that you're selling. That's what they did here in a big way in Academy Sports. It's a smart trader controlling risk. Third and final of today's 3 at 3 is the S&P 500 Spider, the SPY. Why? Because bang, 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 they've been hitting at the money puts. They've been buying out of the money puts for days. Days and days they've been buying these in big numbers. How do I know? Well, with us at 390 today, take a look. Today, they bought 100,000. That's 10 million share equivalent because every option's for 100 shares. So if they buy 10,000, that's a million shares. If they buy 100,000, that's 10 million shares equivalent of short contracts in that ETF. So they're buying the June 345 puts. Do I think we're going to get there next week? No, I don't. But I do know that all everybody's going to be talking about all weekend is inflation running out of control. What's the Fed going to do? Is the Fed going to have to start hitting us with 75 basis points instead of 50s and so forth? That's what we're going to hear. That's going to drive sentiment to the downside. So with the SPY at 391, these are already working in our favor. They were buying the 345 puts that expire next Friday. Then take a look at the next one down on that list that also happened today. They were buying with it at 393, 30,000 of the 377 puts. More than 30 points above the other puts. And they're buying those puts. And then look on the 6th, we had with it at 414. This is why we've been making money all the way down, folks, on the hedges, on these put trades. We've been making money because they bought 30,000 of those 397 puts. Do you think maybe that they rolled down from those 397 puts down to the 377 puts? I do. But in any case, they were right on with the stock or the ETF trading 414. Now with it at 390, those are deep. That's a big drop. And these puts, the 397 puts, obviously very deep in the money, $7 at this point. That's why I believe they rolled down to that lower strike, taking money off the table and yet still having more puts out there to make money if we continue to fall. Also, IWM, this is the small cap index. Just yesterday, strong buying of the July 176 puts with it at 184.79. You know, these are deeper, closer to the money today as well. So they've been buying puts. They've been buying VIX calls. Again, as the VIX goes up, it's usually because the market's going down. So be aware of all of that, folks, and trade accordingly. Again, I cannot trade for you. I can tell you what I see and what I'm doing. And I must say, it's been working. I encourage you to go back and see some of our prior videos about exactly that playing out. All right, that's going to do it for me today, folks. It is Friday, the 10th of June. remember, as bad as things seem looking at the market and so forth, there's always a way to make money. We try to help you find that. If you'd like to learn more about trading options, puts on options, puts on stocks, options, or cryptos, make sure you check out marketrebellion.com/get started. That's marketrebellion.com/get started. I'm going to get started with the weekend. I hope you are too. And stay a little upbeat, folks, but we can't dismiss that this inflation is running hot, and we got to be prepared for what's coming from the Fed. Thank you for joining me. Have a great weekend.